Peace, fam. Here with a live. Mid-afternoon. Just about done with my workout and catch you some playback as always. Gratitude for those who come to catch these playbacks and these lives. We've been here in a little minute. Had to take a break. Necessary break. And dealing with an illness. All is well. Hope all is good with the viewers as y'all roll in. You catch me at the end of this workout. I'm putting some pain for y'all, man. Show y'all what it is. Set y'all up. Before I get to setting, low-key had pneumonia. Over the course of 3-4 days. Battling an illness. I was already sick a while ago. Got some bullshit crept back up on me. Was dealing with some flu-like symptoms. So I was offline for a couple days, taking a break. That's enough. Yeah. We're gonna go 15 wide, 15 close. Alright. People like to say my profile picture is that really me? They do want me to flex. We give y'all all the keys to how to look unreal. See a couple people in the chat. Yo, Zon, what's good, brother? OG Kicks, peace, man. Yeah, peoples, I don't know what the fuck is going on. You hear me? I had a cold about Jennifer Streb says hi, peace. Peace to everybody in the chat right now. And if you're here right now, in this live, do me a favor and like the live as you come in. Double tap the screen or upper right hand, 3 buttons in the corner of your device. So drop down and hit the likes for me, please. I don't know what's going on in this atmosphere or what's been happening. I was able to battle a cold and come over that cold about a month ago. It wasn't that serious, but yeah, man. This time around, like not even last week, it was probably around like Saturday night, going to Sunday morning, man. Wicked. Some wicked symptoms started to flare up. I had a headache or a migraine that was so severe, man. Like my eyes, like that shit was making my eyes feel crazy, bro. Yeah, man. So, yeah, then I had to flare up with cough, and I'm still dealing with a little cough, some mucus coming up. It was a wicked flare up, man. And that shit, put me down for a couple days. We had a crazy dust storm here a couple days ago. Zion, you said you were in Texas, right? You in Texas now? You got relocated? But yeah, man, I had this migraine, bro, headache, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't one of those regular ones where I ended up taking some ibuprofen and stuff like that, but it was crazy. Yeah, Texas yesterday. It's crazy flare up, bro. When I tell you my eyes, like behind my eyes was beating. That shit was hurting bad, bro. So battling a little bit of that. Was running a little fever. So I just took it easy, man. Stay home, got some rest. Did my normal routine of taking my remedies, bro. Just trying to stay out the way, man. Real quick. Please, I need your help. Good evening. How are you doing? Make you love. Peace to you. What you need help with? Hey, Zon, I did the same thing, brother. And that shit was not working, bro. I don't know what it was. I try cut. I mean, I not even try. I did everything I could, turned everything off. I don't like in my bedroom. I don't have a TV. That's purposely done. Like I have least electronics in my bedroom where I sleep to lower the uh, electromagnetic field in my bedroom, so I can sleep without disturbance. So less lights, less artificial lights. I even got like a certain curtain to block out light, and even when the sun comes up, so that way it's like always dark in my room, even in the morning time. Uh, it's like a shade curtain. I forgot what they call it, but it blocks out the sun completely. So I like to keep it completely dark. No, not as much electronic devices in there. I'll be having my speaker in there, my Bluetooth speaker, my phone or my tablet. That's about it. But even laying there in the dark, and as we spoke on before, Zahn, like with a lot of information that we come across with me being on the internet, divulging a lot of information, going over the studies that I be going over, um, a lot of thoughts going through my head at that time, man. You battling with sickness, you stressing, you going through a lot of stuff. Everything started being overwhelming at once. You feel me? Def T, man, peace, bro. Yeah, get it in. I got you right now. I gotta get this other setting. We gonna increase the weight. These for the arms right here. I did chest in the beginning of my workout. I figured I'll hop on now, show y'all some love because I go 10 close. My boo, peace. Peace, love. I've been out sick. I had pneumonia. My boo, I'm gonna try not to because I'm just still recovering. But I had to get to the gym and I had to get out the house Started to get cabin fever. Needed to get some sweat in. Need to sweat out whatever's been going on. John says, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like mine, yeah, traffic jam. The thoughts, yeah, man. But that's one of my favorite go-tos, bro, is to block everything out, embrace the silence, embrace the darkness. But that shit was making it worse, bro. And I've never experienced nothing like that. I always go back to what my father says, always in the worst position mentally, physically. So I think you glad you can do it. Yeah, bro. I appreciate that, John. I appreciate that for real, for real. Reference to healing will be more than 100% next time. That's honesty and see if they got one. Yeah, nah, this gym they don't got one, bro. And that's excuse me, that's a killer right now. Cause I can only do but so much cardio before I had these flare ups and start coughing and shit again. Like I did half an hour of cardio, but then I started having the flare up with this mucus starting to come up. And I start coughing and shit. Cause just trying to sweat it out without a sauna, man, it's tough. Cause I'm not 100%, to be honest. I'm not 100%. Um, this workout session though has been great. Like I'm lifting the weights like it's nothing still, right? But like inside, like inside, I know what I should be feeling like. You feel what I'm saying? There's one thing physically, with the muscle and stuff like that, and the muscle memory, and able to still get the weight off. You know, it's like the silence inside of it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened, bro. But yeah, I'm not 100% right now. I wish they had the sauna working in here. That would have helped out. But if I gotta go use the sauna, I gotta go 45 minutes out my way, almost an hour, and I'm not able to do that right now. Herb called melanin drink. Mullen tea, yes. The mullen leaf. You can cast trash bags, yeah. Yeah, I haven't did that in a while, man. To cut, I had to cut weight for competition weightlifting, and that was one of my methods I used early on when I had to get on stage. It was the old garbage bag. But I don't want to. This is the thing. I don't want to sweat too much. You feel me? Like I'm just getting over the symptoms for real, like dealing with pneumonia and stuff like that. So that sweat and then exposure back into the weather that I'm in. I'm in the East Coast. I'm in the mountain area. It's still like kind of tricky with the weather. That's another thing that's tripping me up. Is this weather. So I don't want to open up my pores again too much and then expose myself to this climate again. And this shit ain't really all the way out. That's why I really want to hit the sauna for real, man, to really combat this. But you know, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I'm not 100%. I can feel it, but getting out after this couple of days and getting this workout is making me feel better for sure. Nah, the snow was over for the most part. Um, it was like a mix of ice and sleet. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday. But for the most part, like the heavy snow, it ain't been that. It hasn't been too crazy. But this weather's been tricky. It's been a rainy day today. It hasn't been as cold, but the temperature drops at night. We're gonna get another set of these arms in, and I'm be done. Probably gonna do 8 and 8 here. Call it a wrap. Ah. Oh man. Yeah, like my wind, my endurance. That's one of the things that's taking effect for sure. Being short-winded. But I appreciate all y'all that's here right now, man. I might go live again later on tonight. I'm not too sure. All depends on how I feel when I get back home. Appetite has been so-so. I know over the past couple of days, part of me was like, maybe I should just go on a fast. Then I was feeling dehydrated, malnourished. So I'm like, nah, I gotta eat something for, you know what I mean? I really feel like shit for real. So I'll eat a little bit, be hungry, and then I appreciate that, Zon. I'll eat a little bit and then lose my appetite. Save the food up, and then come back later, eat the rest. So it's kind of like my body's changing or whatever the fuck is going on. I don't know. Yeah, it's just been a weird couple days, man, dealing with this. And the crazy part is like I'm not feeling like tired or fatigued or anything like that. I don't know if that has to do with semen retention, conserving my sexual energy, and harnessing that energy to keep, you know what I mean, my natural life force and libido and testosterone, all that at a decent level, if you will. But I haven't experienced like extreme fatigue that comes with the sickness. It's just been like the symptoms, bro, and that shit it sucks. It's time is 6:44, 6:44 my time. remember being sick off my major form of mucus. Definitely no joke. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's weird, bro. Like I remember when COVID 19 was first out here, and I had it, right? Like I remember feeling those same type of symptoms, but like extremely tired. Like couldn't move, like could barely move, could barely, you know what I mean? It ain't been that, because I still been feeling the need to go out, but making it necessary to just stay home for the past couple days and really rest up. So it hasn't been that extreme fatigue, like out of sorts, you know what I mean? But these headaches at night, they'll come through and they'll be beating down on my eyes, bro. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then at nighttime, I ain't nowhere to go. Everything closed. I can't come to the gym. Which even if the gym was open, there was a 24-hour fitness. Well, there was a 24-hour fitness. They got sauna, so I would have went just to use saunas. But this local gym that I go to, they close at 10:30. So in my area, around 10:30, 11 o'clock, everything is shut down. Everything is closed. And that's when it'll really start to kick my ass, is at those hours, at that nighttime. So now I'm sitting there restless. I can't really fall asleep on it. No, I'm gone. Can't really fall asleep on it. I'm just sitting there trying to watch a movie. Can't really watch it, and I turn it off. Try to sit in the dark and just uh, be in the silence, process things spiritually. Like like Zahn said, like you said, Zahn, it's like the silence is louder than anything else, bro. But today has been one of the better days, though. I'm not gonna front. Actually getting out to the gym, getting outside. Burger Sloop. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. Today ain't the day for that. I'm not in a mood for the Jesus talk. All right. I recently had content to drop. Hold on, I'm about to go in a more secluded area so we can talk. Because one of the things I'm getting tired of is the bots and the agents. And you paid bots, because now I got the information on these bots. And some of these are just paid YouTube bots waiting for certain people to come on with the same message, with the same rhetoric. Now that they know me, they know my profile, what I stand for, they're always going to send the same people under different profile names, pushing this religious Jesus this, Allah that, Buddha this, to garner some type of attention or to troll or just bots, right? You want to take a little time out to chill for a little bit. I've been noticing that, and they spam the same paragraphs in certain live streams. It's weird. Yeah, Zahn, Hold on, I missed that. With you, yeah, I'm still trying to find a way to combat that silence part of the deal with sickness and that sound. Like we got more. We'll talk. Yeah, it's on. But yeah, back to these bots that are paid to go in these live streams to keep them active, to keep whatever the agenda is to keep the people engaged or whatever the case may be. I've come to find out that these are paid bots, the platform or part of the platform that comes across once when they learn your profile, who you are, what you stand for. They get a pretty much just that's why in previous lives they'll come through and ask like these psychological questions like they're psychiatrists to learn you, to understand who you are. Are you alone? Are you single? Are you married? How old are you? Um, what is your religion? You could possibly think that these are random people, but they're actually bots. And they learn you, they learn your profile, and when you come on, they can disguise it. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. They disguise their names and stuff like that. So being that they know already, I have multiple lives at this point, hours going on in about religion. As you know, Zon, as you know, some of these lives get crazy and stuff like that. It's just it's not even crazy no more. It's just, it's part of the program. I've come to understand that because it's not just happening to me. It's like you said, even on other lives, you see it happening. But this is a part of the game. So as I came across the information and understand now how the bots work, and that they will come across and always say what they need to say, Jesus this, whatever that, we wasn't even talking about none of that. Religion hasn't come up once, and it's been like this for a while. Like we won't even be talking about religion, and all of a sudden, here comes a curveball. And at some points, I used to think, these religious folks, they always just want to push this agenda of religion, right? But then when I came across the information of bots and how these bots work on this internet, it started to make more sense of what was actually going on. Because a true person or a random person that comes across, they will ask, what are you talking about? If they don't see you talking about religion, what would drive them to just come on a random live and just start talking about Jesus? I'm talking about battling pneumonia. Like I was at risk of pneumonia is serious. All right, I don't want it's the power of the tongue is very mighty, so I don't want to talk there's life in that other side and the power of the tongue, right? Pneumonia is very serious. You dig what I'm saying? So if I'm talking about that in my health, who and why are you coming out of left field talking about religion? Make sense? See, only a bot, something that's programmed, that understands the profile and I'll get the person talking on the other side, would do something like that. Real people like you guys show concern. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. Here's a remedy. You could take this leaf. You can do this. You can do that. But a bot will talk about Jesus. So what's sad what's going on this internet. Not dealing with all the time real people. Having to pay close attention to who's who and what's what. It's crazy. Another thing is and it's very profound because the information when I came across it, they said the bots will always either strike some type of conversation or whatever it is, like how Burger Sleuth just said, and not respond with anything else. There's no response. It's just that it could be beneficial. It could be beneficial to the live because it gives a topic to talk about. But the thing is, they don't know how I'm going to talk about it. I chose to talk about it like this because I just came across information of how the bots work. So it played right into the information I just came across of how bots work on this internet. It's very profound information. It's an eye opener when you come on the internet and these lives, and also the content. I had one of my content die, and what I mean by dying, I mean by on my side when I do, my semen retention audios, my content. I get to see for a short period of time how it ranks against my other uploads from 1 to 10. It gives me like a 1 to 10 rating. And if it's picking up a good amount of traction, people are clicking through the impression rates and stuff like that. If I'm going through the analytics. And for the first couple hours or maybe the first day, I can pick up on how well the audio is doing. I can see the numbers rise. Now, I had a bot come and spam my comment section. Now, at first, I didn't think it was a bot, but this audio that dropped, I had someone just drop a bunch of comments after comments. Now, I don't mind people dropping comments on my audios. This is what it's for. But I understand the analytics, and now I'm starting to get more and more information of how bots work on the internet. When certain content is spammed in a way, whether it be a real life person or a bot, and I believe right now that it was purposely done because 1 minute the certain audio was ranked 3 out of 10 of my audios, which means it was doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden this person decided to spam a bunch of comments that really had nothing to do with the content I was talking about, just spamming or just commenting a bunch of different facts. Now, I've dealt with guys on semen retention, right? And you can get so caught up in the semen retention world and in your own world with different type of information, whether it be the studies that you're doing, whether it be spiritual. Once again, this is information. You could fall into an information overload. Whether you look into spiritual content or spiritual information, doing more self-growth and self-healing. Whether you go into the lane of being more physical, go into the gym, and guys can overly do it, be in the gym so much that they're not giving their body a time to rest, to heal the proper way, giving themselves a rest period. They just get so infatuated with the gym. There's many different aspects where guys can be what we call overstimulated. Yeah, that's what I said. I said dealing with guys on semen retention, meaning that being on this internet and interacting with guys like myself that are on semen retention, guys who reach out to me because my platform, express their comments. Be mature, bro. I'm a grown ass. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro. All that pause shit, that's for the immature, no having daddy ass niggas. I'm telling you, today's not the day, bro. And I'm gonna say it again. Dealing with guys on semen retention. Because I'm a personality on this internet platform, I get guys that reach out. I'm not from Harlem. Anyway, I'm from Jersey, and this is grown man talk. Dealing with guys on semen retention that reach out, that's overstimulated into the information. They can go on these spurts of just blurting out information that they come across. So there's a lot of information overload. There's a lot of guys who give out the that come across things and just want to get out the information. So I understand that. But I had a guy who just spammed my comments, and that kills the traction of content, because what the platform is going to pick up is spamming. They're going to pick up spam. Whether it was purposely done, which I feel like it was purposely done to slow down the momentum of where the content is going, and it's always done every now and so on my channel. I don't know why. I don't know what type of threat that I pose or whatever the case may be, but it's cool. But just as a recent today, someone came across the content and said, yo, why are you got to be a bot, because you spamming in bro's comments like this doesn't even make any sense. Then I just deleted everything, because I left it up there for someone to come see what was happening. But ever since bro came across and he noticed it, I took it off, because I wanted to keep it there so that way people can see whoever comes across the content. And I mean, the audio, it done died off, but it is what it is. I kept it there for a purpose, and that now that someone has seen it and realized what was going on, you guys understand. That's a fact, man. It's many ways to overstimulate. Yeah, over infatuation with the practice of semen retention is something I come across not too often, but a lot of guys who are on semen retention, they come across the energy and they feel the energy. They get so consumed with themselves and the practice, and especially when they come across certain information, they can be so once again, it's an overstimulation with it. That comes with that too. It's the saying that even there's there's a saying with even good things can be too much of a good thing can be a bad thing as well. And you know what's hey, FBA hustle and why? You know what's a common thing with you Harlem niggas? A lot of y'all Harlem niggas are snitches. I told you today ain't the day. So you want to talk about Harlem? Y'all got a history of a bunch of snitch niggas. So, and excuse me, everybody who don't, you know what I mean? But you want to talk about uptown this and y'all deal with a lot of y'all got a lot of snakes and snitches, and y'all y'all not even a real borough in Harlem. So I don't care what you talking about. A lot of you Harlem niggas, do your history, are snitches. Not even a real borough. The only thing y'all good for is the Apollo. You heard? You heard that? Hmm? Frank Lucas was a snitch. Two game market was flipping off. There's always that one or two people that try to disrupt when a real conversation get had. Yeah, man. I don't know where this Harlem dude came from. Talking about he's 64 and they say pause uptown. All right, that's cool. I'm not from there. I'm not from not always Smith is trying to block high vibrational interactions. Love and the Dean, the God machine. Peace to you. Yeah, man. I don't appreciate. I don't appreciate this dude coming through and talking about this pause, this and pause that. This ain't Harlem. This the internet. If you 64 like you say you are, you should know better than that. When grown men are talking, for real, we ain't on that pause stuff, and especially talking about something real. I'm comfortable enough in my masculinity and my sexuality to say that I deal with guys. If you ask for clarification, once again, I have a platform on this internet where I make content for gentlemen based around semen retention. I do consultations for the guys. They reach out with whatever battles they may be going through, someone just to talk to. I deal with guys. All right, a pause is a must for you. That's cool. That's cool for you. Once again, I'm comfortable enough in my masculinity and my sexuality to say who and what I deal with. All right. I deal with guys. You're not going to change how I talk, bro. So you can say whatever you like to say. Right. It's a over sexualized mind is what he's dealing with. When your mind is in a gutter, when your mind is in a dirty place, the gutter, that's where that phrase comes from. Your mind is in a dirty place. You can't think outside of the programming that you've been taught of being over sexualized. It's not a sexual thing to say that you're dealing with someone. You got a corrupt mind, brother. And the corruption has got you so warped that you got to speak a certain way, or if not, you got to say pause. I don't work like that, bro. Yeah, these people are weird. But we're going to move on from that. Yeah, no, we're going to move on. I can say anything I want in any place I'm at in the world. No one's going to stop me from talking the way I talk. And that's the thing you're not understanding. So we can move on. I'm going to continue to get my consultations. I'm going to continue to deal with the guys that I deal with when it comes down to the work that I put it in. Okay? No. I just said no, and we can move on. You know what I'm gonna do, bro? You know what I'm gonna do for you? FBA Hustle and Why? Instead of pausing that, I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna give you a 60-minute pause for yourself to really evaluate yourself. I said what I said. You don't want to move on? You'll be put in the corner for 1 minute. Now you take a pause. Now, back to the box. If it's not one thing, it's the other. And being on this internet, once again, coming across, and once again, I'm a small content creator, so to have it happen to me on a smaller scale, it's almost like it's a tactic, a deterrent for small content creators like myself to just give up, to just say, you know what, fuck it, it ain't worth the time, it ain't worth the effort to put in all this work and be attacked like this. You got your mind right, FBA Hustle NY? I'm glad you like that one. hmm Now, I remember Mike Epps saying he tracked the consistent troll down in real life. It was a 13-year-old kid in Minnesota. And that's what I'm saying. If I was, listen, man, there was another internet personality that he was being trolled by someone and he tracked him down and went through his garbage. And there was a bunch of liquor bottles in his garbage can and like junk, like a bunch of bullshit in his garbage. Came to knock on his first door, on his front door, and say, "Yo, what's up?" And it was some. I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm not, coming at anybody on, how they look, appearance, or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people got a lot to say about behind the keyboard. A lot to say when they can't be seen. Judging people, telling them how they look, and you would think some of these people that be talking all this shit should be competing for beauty pageants. You feel what I'm saying? Now nobody's perfect. Everybody has their flaws. But when they ran across this dude and they tracked him down, this was a dude that was low key alcoholic, a bunch of liquor bottles. Basically, all he was doing was just staying home, getting drunk, and trolling people on the internet. And they ran into him. He's an overweight dude. I'm not gonna, body shame or whatever, but he's an overweight dude and stuff like that. Just a nobody, but causing a stir, trolling, agent, under possession of the entity. So when you come across some of these people in real life, you'll almost feel bad because in my mind, if I came across a troll and I found out who the person was linked to the profile name, I would treat them a certain way. But even when you really get to meet these people, you see how they live their life, you almost feel sorry for them. You will feel sorry for them for real. You wouldn't want to really do anything to them because you'll see their lifestyle and how miserable they are really behind the scenes. You'd be like, oh, damn, wow, you're really sad for real. And not to put anyone down, but you start to understand the energy, the projection that comes along with it about being a troll and being an agent. It makes them feel better to put somebody else down because they feel down. Misery loves company. Karina says, "Hey, stranger, peace." Yeah, energy vampires, they feed off attention. Yeah, man. We're gonna give you a 5 minute pause. FBA Hustle NY. We're gonna give you another pause. This time a 5 minute. The more he comes back and starts, you know, doing all that, we're gonna elongate the pause. It was 1 minute, now it's 5 minutes. I said let's move on, and we had clearly moved on. Some people don't get it. You're complaining my ex. It's not gossip since you don't know him, but you're never settling in looks trying to change someone again. If they don't know, y'all wait to begin with no thanks. Chef Curry 30. Oh, you saying what I was just talking about is explaining your ex. Yeah, we go through that too in relationships. They say the enemy could be sleeping right next to you. And sometimes the enemy knows you best. They learn you just to hurt you. Somebody with malice and ill intent. Energy vampire. You don't really know what you're dealing with until you're really in it. But there are signs. There are always signs and stuff like that. But we have tend to ignore those when we have dealt with people like that. But life is a lesson. So we learn the lessons along the way of, dealing with certain people, being in a relationship with certain people, and moving forward. Now we know what to look for, what to watch out for going forward. Yeah, I know. I look foolish. Believe me, I'm very aware. I'm very aware, Mark. Go, Pat, go, of what is going on in this internet. I've been put on. Sometimes taking a step back and just watching other content creators, watching people for inspiration, watching people for, how everybody else deals with trolls and bots on the internet. Thank you, Jazzy Queens. Um, I've been put on to a lot of enough information to know what the hell is going on in this internet. Great street, man. Peace to you. Being put on to information about paid bots that's on here that are paid to be on the internet to have to engage with the people with platforms. And I know you guys are thinking like, are they paying, ordinary people? No, these are people that work for the platform behind the scenes. So they make up whatever username, or it could be a generic user dash 211 RN64, one of those, if you ever see those, or user uh, 27 dash, one of those names, or just random names, right? These are basically the watchers. And it takes a while to really notice what is going on. But when you really start to pay attention, and when you actually take a break from the content, and you take a step back and look at what is going on your channel and really analyze, not just the numbers, not just analyzing the numbers and how the numbers is going, and no, really analyze the content. I analyze the live streams. I analyze, the audios that I do, the comments, the engagements, not just the analytics of the numbers. And once when I started to realize, all right, some of these interactions and how other people express their interactions with people on their lives or their content, the, um, they're starting to say the same thing. With engaging with people with the same talk, rhetoric, changing of the profile names, but with the same agenda, with the same comment, you start to realize these are the same people, either assigned or just agents. And it's their time to punch in at certain times and do their troll thing. So once again, it's necessary. It is necessary to have people engage 24 hours around the clock on YouTube, because on this internet it's 24 hours. You can I can stream whatever time I want. This is one of the first times I'm streaming from the gym at this hour. I kind of did this purposely because I don't usually stream this. I don't even know whether to say this early or late, but I usually don't stream in the afternoon like this. And I'm usually not at the gym at this hour. Usually I'm at the gym in the mornings. I like to come in the mornings or the afternoon. I came in at rush hour. I came to the gym around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it was deep in here. And after, the after work crew, after the rush hour is over, it dies down a little bit. It's later. But I usually don't come on at this time. I usually come on either late as hell at night, 12 midnight. That's my usual time. Or I come on around like 10. That'd be my earliest. But I came, and every now and so, like once in a blue, I come on like the other Valentine's Day. I came on at like it was in the morning. But I was in here on Valentine's Day morning. I came through on a live stream real quick. But the fact that there are actual people that act like bots is scary, right? But these are actually, yes, and that's something that's the thing. It's to what I believe to be paid agents. They're on the clock. So at a certain hour, one may have to punch out, someone else got to punch in, somebody got to take over the overnight shift. You dig? Somebody got the day shift, somebody got the morning shift, somebody got the graveyard. That's the only way it could truly work, right? So it's not all, I don't think it's all the same people, but it's a working agency. Because there's no way it can truly be one set person, working or waiting for me to come live, and I pop up random times when I want to. I haven't done a live in a week. You feel what I'm saying? So so to not do a live in a week and then come on at an irregular time that I've never come on at, and then have that person talk about Jesus when I didn't even bring up the topic, was instant confirmation of the information that I got over the course of the week that I haven't been on, that I take my break and dealing with the sickness, that the bots and agents are for real for real. But I appreciate everyone who comes through, man, shows love, that shows support. genuinely cares about my well-being. I was just saying that your health is more important than anything else. I appreciate that, Mama. But yeah, I was just saying I appreciate those who come through and genuinely care about my well-being. That means a lot. Bottom of my heart, that means a lot. Um, and for those who are consistent to catching me on these lives and coming through, um, when I'm away or taking a break or take my time to just recalibrate, get myself right. Um, I think about you guys that I come across on these live streams. It's not like I'd be like, yo, fuck these people, or whatever the case may be. No, I gain connection with certain people, and I do think about, the people, for sure, who come through and who support the content that's in the comments. Just before, just before I got sick, uh, I was on a supporter of mine. She had a live stream, and I was on her live stream, showing some love to her and stuff like that. And then, like that same night, I ended up getting sick. But she was talking about taking a break, and stuff like that. And I was encouraging her, if she needs to take a break, because I was, setting up to do the same thing, take a little time off, take a couple of days off. But I ended up I had no choice but to take some time off for real, because I was in bad shape. Yeah, because there was literally no religious talk in the first message. And once again, Zon, it's a bot comment because there's no follow up. That's one of the things. When there's no follow up or no, not even rebuttal, but no follow up to the paragraph. There's no other substance to what they're talking about. It's just poof, I'm gonna put this in here and then fall back. And that's exactly what it was. So once again, I just came across the tactic that's being used, and I'm glad. I don't want to put the person out there that I got the information from, because they're on the internet doing their thing. I mean, they already put the information out there. Uh, and I don't know that it's going to land me in trouble. If it hasn't already, it is what it is. At this point, I really don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Not giving out not saying the information isn't going to do anything, because the bots and trolls are still going to come. They're still going to do what they do. They're going to play with the numbers. They're going to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to put it out there to the people and let them know there's some funny shit going on. They play with the numbers. I'm going to say this. Some moments it'd be like right now. When I first got on, there was about 33 people in the live. So the number was climbing. Once when I started to talk about the agents and the bots, now it's only 6 people in the chat. You drop down to 3. Sometimes it shows that it's 0 people in the chat. Then the numbers go back up. It'd be 14 people in the chat. Then it drops back down. It'd be 3 people again. It'd be 2 people. So, understand that I'm not in control of what I can do, what I can say. What it seems like is they want you to play their game. I can't come on my live and talk about me per se, where I've been, what I've been going through. I got to talk about Jesus, because that's what the bot put in here. There's this other live stream guy, right? Oh shit! And let me get on this balance board, because my backside's starting to hurt. Oh jeez. There's this Frog Stomp says, who are they? The controllers, my guy. Come on, let's not be naive. They are the ones who are controlling the platform. They control the numbers. You know who they are. The ones that send the bots over to the agitators. They send the agitators. They send the aggravators. They send the distractors. You know exactly who they are. The people that control the platform, dummy. Who are the controllers? Whoever controls the platform. It's not rocket science. You think I'm speaking in code or something like that? I'm not speaking in any code, brother. The controllers who control the platform. I don't control the platform. I can't talk to anyone that controls the platform. I really have no control for it. Kind of vague answers. All right, I know exactly who you are, then. What do you want me to say? I don't know the people that control this platform personally. So I don't know what name to give you, sir. You seem like an agent yourself. Because it seems like you're trying to get up information out of me that I don't know. I don't know anyone personally, a part of this YouTube platform to say a certain name, to say this person controls the platform. I can just give you the controllers of this platform know exactly what they're doing. That's it. I can't get personal because I don't know anybody personally. Paranoia will destroy you. Okay. Thank you for your concern, sir. Let's get some crunches in. Let's destroy these ads. Where'd you come from? Frog Stomp. You a random scroll? Who sent you? Because you didn't introduce yourself. You didn't say, hey, like usually people come through and say, hey, shouts out to you, peace to you. Hi, how you doing? You just came out of nowhere. Who are the controllers? Like I'm supposed to be scared. Just scrolling? Okay. Where you from? Frog Stomp 11. Did you like the stream? Because if this is your first time here, I'm not trying to scare you. Oh no, I'm not scared. Never scared at all. I just told you I'm not scared of anything. If I knew someone's name personally who controlled the platform, I would say their name. But I don't, because that's how it is. Now, Frog Stomp. Actually, a simple question. Where you from? I like to get to know you since I'm paranoid. Because I know the next thing you're gonna say, oh, everybody's an agent, right? No. So let me get to know you. I don't know you off the internet. You get to see my face. You see how I look, you get a nice profile of me, right? It's easy to pick up on my IP or where I'm at, my location. This phone's a tracker. So know exactly where I'm at, right? Now dig this. You know me. You see my face. I'm not scared. I don't know you. So my paranoia is my protection. You dig? So being that you just scrolling, you came through here, I like to get personal. This is your first time here. I like to get personal with the people who take interest in my lives. Let's do some more crunches. See, my paranoia is my protection because I don't trust easy. So you telling me paranoia will kill me? Oh no, no it won't. Paranoia keeps me alive because it keeps me on my P's and Q's. It keeps me aware. That paranoia has me on point. Frost Stomp, where you from, brother? What city? What state you reside from? Oh, you can answer that, but you can't tell me where you're from, Frost Stomp? Bozeman, Montana. Wow. Vinny Speed says, what's up, dude? What's out there in Bozeman, Montana? Right now, I'm in Pennsylvania. So once again, since I phrased it wrong, you said destroy, not kill. Paranoia will destroy me. Either way, I'd rather let it protect me because I don't trust a lot of people. But why would I trust someone on the internet and not be paranoid? Papa Luck says that place is horrible. I'm sorry. You don't gotta be sorry to me. You tell me what place in America. Oh man, there's a line from Black Sabbath song. Paranoia. Yes, it is. You're absolutely right. The Paranoia album. People don't understand paranoia can be your protection. And that's what I'm getting to. If you let it destroy you, that's on you. I'm talking from experience. Misbehave. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. The thing is that when you go through your own life experience and you understand what we're talking about an aspect of what's going on this internet, and there has been confirmed bots on this internet. There's been confirmed paid agents to be on here, to go, and just like you said that you scrolled through and found this live, there are people on here to engage with these lives, to have people on here. It is what it is. Now, if I'm paranoid, then there are a lot of content creators out here paranoid as well. So that's why I'm taking what you're saying with a grain of salt, because this isn't just me saying this information. There's been confirmed other content creators, even on a larger scale. to say this. But you see, the thing is, and I hope you're still here, Frog Stomp. The thing is that you see small content creators like myself, and the person I'm talking about that put out this information about agents and bots, they have a larger following than I do. The thing is that agents and bots, they'll seek out the small content creator and shit on it because they got a smaller following. They're just starting out. So it's a deterrent to have them just give up on themselves, to just quit, to call them paranoid, to call them delusional, to say, oh, no, you're just overthinking it, to have me in my head, right? But to the contrary, when you have bigger platforms and someone with a alternate platforms that they go on and talk about the agents and bots that they deal with, they don't get called paranoid. But someone like me, when I start to talk about it, small content creator, I'm not making that much noise. I don't pose that much of a threat, but I'm paranoid. So Frogs up, I just want you to know, right? This isn't a, and I know you say you was just scrolling, you found this. Once again, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found this. My paranoia just has come through from just me making up my own narrative of whatever the hell I want to talk about. Putting myself out there and my channel, my small content of what it is to speak out. As much as I speak out, seems like the more I get the brunt end of it. See, if I had a larger platform, more people to reach, maybe I'd be more dangerous. Because the way I talk and the way I speak is can be detrimental to a certain extent. Because I can affect more people, right? But it's cool. I like to be kept on in the shadows and be able to get the information that I need to get. It just makes me aware of dealing with everybody or dealing with this internet and people who come across randomly at a certain level for my protection. I'm going to check, right. I'm going to check everyone as an agent first until further notice. You know how they say it's kind of like a shoot first, ask questions later. So the name calling and all that other stuff, like you're saying, I have inflated ego, cool. So that just confirms to me exactly who you are. Like I said, you're gonna shoot first and ask questions later. I shot you first, and I already said what you were from the jump. You was an agent. I shot first. I asked the questions later. You from what the fuck, Montana? Where the fuck is that, Montana? That means you in the middle of nowhere. No one knows about where you're from. Frost. So respectfully, respectfully, you're an agent. If I have an inflated ego, you're an agent. That's what it is. Dude from Bubblefuck, man, Montana doesn't know me. I got an inflated ego. See, the thing is about name calling from someone that you don't know and you're just scrolling and you're projecting, lets me know exactly who you are, bro. You're a troll, you're an agent. So the more I get to talk about it, the more they are going to send trolls and agents this way. Let's get some more crunches in. The core nice and tight. Little tip on the core workout, peoples, if you're listening in. You don't got to go all the way back like this. You want to keep the tension right there. A little, let me see, little, you know. Some people like to go all the way back and roll up. Even though I'm on this ball, it protects the lower back. But you keep it right here, it's more tension on the core. Tight. You get more in. Ooh, it's a better burn. Yeah. Steve Vano says Black History Month is finally over. I'm sorry, guys, if I missed your salutations. Kentez says, hey, you still in here, peace. And once again, I don't mind that they mess with the numbers. They've been messing with the numbers ever since I started this YouTube shit, for real. I'm going to continue to do work, put out more audios. Like I said, I might go live in a couple more hours. It's about to be 8 o'clock my time. All depends on how I feel when I get home later. We can talk about these trolls more, these agents. Because I like the topic. I like talking about the and sticking up for my small content creators. Yeah, YouTube been acting funny, shaking my head. Yep, very funny. Once again, when I seen one of my audios just drop, views and everything was coming in, and it was actually after one of my most successful audios. I actually did very well. So I'm thinking, all right, this one did extremely well after a long period of time too. So I'm like, all right, let's get cracking with the snowball shot and keep pushing. Let's drive off of this momentum. After you get one audio, or if you do videos, if you get a video that gets a lot of traction, does good, you follow up with the next one, you would expect it to do not the same numbers, but you expect to get more, the same amount of traction. And I had, once again, someone come on and spam the comments crazy with miscellaneous information. Once again, yeah, Imam Abu, you know how if you're in YouTube Studio And as you upload, and it takes some time for the upload to go through the algorithms and stuff like that, and they'll tell you your ranking, like how the video may be ranking. It'll say 6 of 10 or uh, um, 4 of 10 or whatever the case may be. This certain audio, once again, it wasn't compared to the audio that did very well. It was still up there. It was at a ranking of 3 of 10, but then all of a sudden the views just stopped. And what I noticed was it was after my comment section was spammed. Now it wasn't spammed with information that was like disrespectful or anything that was like, it didn't make any sense. I've never seen the user. It was a user dash 67E49 profile name, no picture, no nothing, but just a bunch of random comments and about a good at least 10 plus comments, just spamming, just random information. What I do know something about analytics and how the algorithm picks up on videos. I'm gonna get to that too, Mama Boo. What I did start to understand about videos and your content that you upload. If they catch a wind of content being spam, they will not push it through the algorithm because they will see, especially with the information that's being spammed, they don't want to put it out in front of the people because one, it's spam, and it may be a lot of misinformation that's in there, or information that is whatever. So that's a detriment to my platform. That's a detriment to my audio. So when that happened, my views just stopped. It's like everything just came to a halt. So I'm penalized for an agent or a bot on my content on my channel that I created, and my views are stopped. Something that I cannot control. So that would draw me up to the conclusion that whoever is in control and that's allowing this to happen, and that's a fault to me, what am I supposed to do about it? So I was reluctant to keep it on, so that way at least someone could come across and see what the hell was going on. And someone came across and said, hey, are you an agent or a bot or something? Because you just spam bro's whole comment section for no reason. Like, and I just simply liked it. I liked this comment. I didn't say anything, but then I just deleted everything. Once again, what I started to understand was I'm not in control. All I can do is just put out the content and just leave it where it's at. I can't control anything else. Someone once was like, yo, OG Howard, man, peace. All I can do is put out the content. Nah, my boo. The last time I tried emailing YouTube, the peace and blessings, OG Hobbs. The last time I tried emailing YouTube about anything, I got no response back. You talk about shadow ban and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell I did or what the hell I said, but I don't get a decent enough response. So there was even someone before a couple lives ago that was like, yo, you need to do this with the thumbnail. And I said, listen, let me tell you something. I done did all that, did all the SEO stuff, learned the SEO stuff in my own time, did my own study and homework. I had to do that, so I didn't have to pay. I actually paid someone before to do SEO. Then I learned the system, did the SEO on my own. None of that shit works. They will conduct and do with your content what they want to do when they are ready to. Period. It don't matter how good the thumbnail look. It don't matter how many tags and SEO, whatever you put on the shit that makes it go. When they are ready to put your stuff in the algorithm and show it to the people on their platform, that's when it'll happen. I've had they want y'all alone live doing buffoonery and bullshit for sure, OG Hobbs, and that's what it is. I'm not on here like sketch fetcher doing bullshit coonery shit, but that's what get the views. Being ignorant, causing drama, feeding into drama. And once you're not a part of that, it's basically on your own, doing whatever you got to do. The young apologist says, "Are you an atheist?" It's like you're doing all that work for nothing. Yeah, that's what it basically boils down to. Whoever comes across the information comes across it. It is what it is. Whoever gets it, gets it. Um, that's why when I take my breaks from it, I don't be as and that's why I said earlier, OG Hobbs is a deterrent. Even with when they send agents and stuff like that, they call you out your name, and shit like that. It's a deterrent. It's a they try to agitate you, agitators, to take you off your course. To take you off your course, and they want you to give up. And there's been times I wanted to give up for sure because the juice ain't worth the squeeze. You feel me? Starting to come to that point. It takes a lot of time to sit down, gather your thoughts, put out the audios, fashion it the way in your own style, how you want it. And this is dealing with the audios, making sure that it comes out right, necessary editing, necessary style, and to put it out there for the free world. For content creation, for the normal person, once again, you got artificial intelligence out here that can create the same content. People on here like on BS to get clicks and views and attention. OG House, man, I appreciate that. He says I'm always going to support you. I appreciate that, man. And yeah, I mean, I understand that too. That's what's going to get the clicks. That's what's going to get the attention. The thing is that when will they give notice and reward to those who aren't on that type of timing? How long? How long, or where does the reward come in to those that ain't on the bullshit like that? I appreciate that, Mama. And it is people that to the people that support what I do, I appreciate that bottom of my heart. I still want to be doing it if I wasn't here. But I'm going to be honest, it comes a point in time where, one, I'm not going to go against what I believe in and what I do. So me giving up isn't me giving up on what I do. It's going to be me basically giving up on a platform because I'm not going to sell myself short and doing bullshit to get clicks and likes. So that'll be the only reason. Sorry to tell you, my brother, but it ain't going to stop. Yeah, I hear that. So yeah, the reason why I would stop is because I'm not going to sell myself short um, and start doing bullshit for clicks and likes. So if I ever do stop, A, because I gave up on whatever it is that I'm on, it's just that this platform, is not for me. It ain't it. They want to go a different direction of how they want to do things. That's cool. They don't want me to speak on it. They know what they could do, bro. They done it before. Once again, you can see with certain bots that's come through and the agents, some of them stick around for a little bit, especially on a late night. If I come here on a late night, they usually stick around for a certain amount of time. That's how I eventually get them out of here. Like old dude that was from Harlem or whatever. I put him on a 1 minute pause. Then I put him on a 5 minute pause. He never showed back up unless he came back trying to troll under another name. But that's all good too, right? But once again, you notice with those who come through with a certain message, asking me, am I atheist? Am I this? Am I that? And that's what I was going to mention too. I appreciate that. I was going to mention this too. There is a YouTuber that goes live, and I caught him the other day. I don't know his actual name, his profile name, or his channel name, I should say. But his name is Ian, the white dude, and he's put himself out there as an atheist. And what he does is challenge. They don't like seeing someone doing positive things on here. Yeah, I don't understand. I see some positivity on here, though. I do see some positivity on here, but for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with my message. Um, well, I do know what's wrong with my message. It's because I promote true, pure masculinity, and I don't think that's something that I don't think that's popular. I don't think me in my message and the way I promote my masculinity, because I go against uh, what's being sold out here. You know what's heavy on my timeline? And I was going to go into something else, but that I don't want to shun anyone that is doing something positive out here and that's having success. There is people on a platform that is having success, but something in particular with my message and how I'm going about it, uh, it's almost like a detriment, because something that's heavy on my timeline is a lot of sex pills, a lot of ED medicine. They pushing Blue Chew, they pushing this other shit called Sildenafil. Now they got Blue Chew Gold out here. Um, Listen, I promote semen retention. So I don't understand why this is being put on my timeline, my platform, these ads, and all this other stuff. And I spoke on this before. Um, and I'll say this now. These are triggers for me. It's detriment to my mental health. So putting that sort of stuff in my face as ads, and I've been on this platform and I have done the due diligence of um, not recommending certain channels, not recommending certain ads, asking YouTube, why is this being recommended to me? Please do not put these ads on my timeline. They'll be off for 1 second and then right back on. And I'm getting tired of it. I'm really getting tired of it because my content, everything that I speak for, is not about that. I also tell people that you don't need those medications if you have any type of issues with intimacy and stuff like that, or what you need to do is practice semen retention. So I think my message disrupts the selling points of what they're trying to sell. Once again, I'm a small content creator. I don't know how much of effect I'm having. Listen, my audios ain't even being pushed like that. I just want to be left alone for real. You call me paranoid, you call me whatever you want, but the proof is in the pudding. I could screenshot my timeline and start posting it and being messy. I'm not messy like that. I'm not messy like that at all. But it seems like I'm an enemy. You gave me, the choice to come on here and do what I need to do and put myself on the forefront of trying to push a certain agenda, which is only a positive thing to help guys out to be naturally them. I'm not selling no product. I don't have no product to sell. All I sell is a consultation. You want to talk to me one-on-one, so that way we can, if you need to go more in depth, if you need someone to talk to, because this journey can be lonely for real. And guys, we need an outlet and a community that we can build with each other, so that way we can talk about certain emotional things as a man, because only men can understand men. So that's why I open myself up, and time is money. That's why I do, and that's the only thing I sell. I don't sell nothing else. No, I had merchandise on here at one point, like hoodies and stuff like that, but that's on the side right now because my channel isn't getting enough push. It's not reaching enough people. Which acts, bro, you going against the big machine and quietly it may not show, but who's to say message is not getting out, but fucking back. You break the chains, bro, spiritually and physically. And yes. And I was just about to cut this off and be out because I'm still in the gym. But Def T, man, I appreciate you, bro. And Chandler, I appreciate that gift you sent. What's crazy? It's like I just said, my timeline is weird. For a person that does semen retention, right? Practicing abstinence. Um, I've been on these lives over and over again. See, the algorithm can pick up on one thing and pick up on what I'm saying, right? I'm not into dating. I'm not dating anyone. I'm not into, having frivolous sex or whatever. But my timeline, where I see on my feed, is dating Yugoslavic women, dating apps. Once again, sex ED medication, Blue Chew Gold, these medicines. And then even if I watch certain audios or even videos or whatever, when the ads come up, the type of ads that I get is the same ads. Once again, I've had to go into my settings, put in my settings that I don't want to see these ads. I'm going to say this again because I know they're listening. These are triggers for me and a detriment to my mental health. So now I feel like it's being forced on my feed and timeline after I've done the due diligence to go into my settings and not have these triggers pop up on my timeline. These dating apps, these dating different women and stuff like that. Please, I don't want that shit on my feed. So what you're saying, Def T, I appreciate, bro. To combat me and put this shit in front of me, for whatever reason, to me, after I've done the due diligence to go into my settings and have these things taken off, it's still put in front of me. For me, it's a problem. Once again, I continue to do what I do. I put myself out here. I speak my truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If I start to go on here and screenshot stuff that I got going on my timeline, because most of the stuff, I just look at it, scroll past it, I ignore it. But it's been like this for a while. It's been like this for a while. I don't speak on it because, once again, people can say, oh, you're paranoid, you're this and that. But I'm going to speak about it. I'm going to start to speak about it more because it's a battle. Starting to understand now more and more that it's a battlefield. It's a deterrent to want to get me to stop doing what I'm doing. And at this point, I don't give a fuck because the juice ain't worth the squeeze. So I appreciate it. Spiritual warfare, I pray your strength and peace is always when you fast from things. You get tempted by the same thing. Even the Bible waited until God fasted to tempt God. Tempt with food. Yep, that's a fact, Def T. Listening got this in the bag, but it's almost like at this point. Yeah, man. Bro, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't think he was in here just yet, Def T, but I was talking about the platform, and I said I keep saying they, and the reason why I say they is because I don't know nobody personally on this YouTube platform, so I can't call a said person out. So bro was like fishing to say, who are you talking about? Who's they? I said the controllers, of this platform. I said the controllers. He was like, the controllers of what? I'm like, yo, bro, let's not be naive or make it seem like I'm speaking in code or something. The controllers of this platform, the controllers that control this platform, period. You think I'm scared to say that? You think people out here don't know that there are people behind the scenes that are controlling this platform? There's a video on YouTube on this platform that it says this video. It popped up on my timeline a while ago, but it said this video will stop at 312 views or 312 likes. And this video has been on YouTube for like 15 years. It has over 1 million likes, but it is stuck on 312 views or something like that. It's stuck at a certain view count because whatever happened in the algorithm automatically picked it up and has it stuck at a certain view count where it won't go over. Or everything I love. You gotta search it up. It's on YouTube. There's a video out there. I forgot the name of it, but it says, and if you watch the video, there's a guy who's explaining why it's stuck at that range and how it happened. So when people talk about their audios or videos dying at a certain point, they don't understand why their videos aren't going through the algorithm. It's because behind the scenes there are codes being put in. There's a code put in on this certain video that whatever happened with it, it triggers something when it reaches a certain point, and then it's going to die off. I swear to God, my mother and father's grave. If you go and search this up on the internet or on YouTube, video stuck at 300 views or something like that, or 301. I think it's like 301. Listen, guys, I'm about to get off in a little bit. When I get off, whoever's in here, please go do me a favor. Search in YouTube, video, viral video stuck at 301 views. When you go click on that, the video literally has over 1 million likes, but the views is stuck at 301. Whatever happened, there's some type of glitch, something went on, but behind the scenes at YouTube, they put a certain type of code on this video that when it reaches a certain view number, that it automatically dies off and it won't gain any additional view count based on the number. But how can you have 1 million likes, over 1 million likes, but stuck at 301 views? Because there is coding and a switch in the algorithm that they are able to input to kill off your views. So if you want to talk about paranoia, you want to talk about whoever wants to come in here and talk about bots and agents, I'm telling you about these bots and agents on this shit. This is real shit that's going on. I didn't know I was going to talk about this here at the gym, but when people try to outcast you and try to tell you there's something wrong with you, you're paranoid, you're this and that, okay, there's a video for you to go watch and watch that. Hey guys, I'm gonna get out of this gym. My phone is about to die. I'm getting hungry. I need a post workout meal. It's been great talking to y'all. It's 8 o'clock my time right now. Usually I go on these lives in the comfort of my home around 12 midnight. I might go on live. I might go on live when I get home in a couple hours. So I'll probably see you guys in a couple hours. And yeah, my boo doesn't make no sense, but it makes sense because for whatever reason, who you are or whatever you're doing, they want to stop your views. I don't know what I did, but please you helped me a lot some time ago with your videos. The or MMA, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you got edification out of my content, brother. And thank you, my boo. You touching souls and changing lives. Keep going, bro. It's just like a message because your revenue wants to need it. Make gems. Best place to get a stronger place. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. The spiritually. Yeah, Def T, man, I appreciate it. And guys, once again, if you're able, you're available, I'll be on in a couple hours. Well, I said with love and peace.